Hello YouTubers, this is Tia from Musings of a Mystic, and I'm back with another pick a deck, pick a card, pick an oil reading. Today I am doing the mid-October check-in, the mid-October monthly reading, just to see how you guys are doing, checking in to see what's going on, and going from there. So, before I get into the reading, thank you all who bought readings from me. I really appreciate you trusting me with your situation. And please don't forget that when you comment on these videos, you're not putting in anyone's personal information. I've been getting a lot of comments where people are putting in a lot of somebody else's personal information, like their full name, their address, their number. None of that. Please don't do any of that. That's not appropriate, and I am not going to allow those comments onto my channel. Speaking of comments, I do read every comment that you guys put on my channel. And I really do appreciate the comments. That really helps me stay motivated because you guys are listening and you're taking the time out of your day to type things out. And I really appreciate that. Thank you for the comments. Don't forget to also like, share, subscribe, tip, donate, and share. All those things also help me stay motivated to, I'm saying also a lot. All those things help me stay motivated to make you guys more videos in the future. And if you need a personal reading, my information is below. If you want to know what kind of cards I'm using, if you want to know, you just want to contact me, all of that information is down there in the description box. Okay? So I think that's it. We're going to go ahead and get into the reading. The first pile is, you guys are going to be Rich Witch. You are the Good Tarot. Second pile is, I forget what the deck is called, but the oil is the Healer, and the third pile is the Angelic Tarot by Doreen Virtue, and your oil is Better Business Oil. Now, if you need more time, you can pause the video. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get started with this one, and we'll go on from there. I think this one is the Psychic Tarot, but anyway, doesn't matter. Going to get into deck number 1. If you guys can't tell, it's October, it's around Halloween, autumn is here, and I'm all about me some Halloween, all about me some autumn, so I've got my pumpkin out. But deck number 1, Rich Witch. We're going to see what is coming toward you guys in the month of October. And I think I'm going to do it this way because these cards are so freaking huge. The last 2 weeks of October. What is coming toward the seeker in the last 2 weeks of October? Please remember that these are not personal readings and will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. No big deal. It just means that the reading is for somebody else today. And if you need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you can contact me through email, which is down there in the description box. What is coming towards you guys the last 2 weeks of October 2019? What is coming towards the seeker the last 2 weeks of October 2019? So far, this year has been so interesting. I believe that Pluto has gone direct by now. And Mercury is going into retrograde in the next few days. Today is the 14th. I believe the 18th is when the Mercury goes retrograde. And that is the time period when things hit the fan. So those energies might be affecting you the last 2 weeks. I believe right now we're in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. I cannot remember what sign Mercury is in when it retrogrades, but anyway. What is coming towards you guys the last 2 weeks of October 2019. I dropped that card on the floor. 4 of Fire. We're going to see if it comes out again. What is coming toward the seeker the last 2 weeks of October 2019? Mercury, if you don't know, is the planet of communication. So generally communication breaks down. It also rules, like, it has something to do with technology. And sometimes technology breaks down and things go wrong. So a lot of people just are like, oh, Mercury retrograde, it sucks. But anyway, it's coming toward the seeker the last 2 weeks of October 2019. King of Fire, Seven of Earth, the Magician. It actually looks, and the Page of Earth. You guys might have someone who is kind of you might have somebody who's in love with you here. I always see this King of Fire, his little heart out here. I kind of see this person as, in this deck, as somebody who is loving or is in love with someone else. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You may also be dealing with some things going on at work, because you've got these Pentacle cards here. You might get maybe a promotion that you've been waiting for a while. A promotion that you've been trying to manifest for a while. And you could be the King of Fire here, who was manifesting the promotion that you've been waiting for a while. And it kind of like, you get news of it the last 2 weeks. I feel like I need to clarify the Magician, because the Magician could be, positive manifestation. But the way that the energy that I'm getting off the card right now is that somebody might be being watched. Because what I'm seeing here is he's like staring at you intently. Like staring at me intently. Just sitting there watching, observing. On the original card, there's a little boy or a little person on the card with an orb in his hand, a pentacle in his hand, and he's like looking at it and observing it. So, and we've got another card of observation. So you might be being watched right now. And for some of you, it might just be, your higher ups at work observing you to see if you're good, if you're right for the promotion they want to send you. Or I'm getting this weird story where you might have injured yourself. This person looks like he's kind of bent over a little bit, in a little bit of pain, and you're trying to get either insurance money or some kind of payout, like disability, and you might be having someone watching to see if you're telling the truth, watching to see if you are really as injured as you say you are, or if you lied to them. So if you're, if you're just for one or two of you, okay, if you are not injured, but you're pretending to be injured, do not let your guard down. Don't be like, I'm just going to stand up straight here and run across the field. Because you never know who might be watching you, who might report that back. Now that is like a specific story for somebody. That's kind of like a warning for someone, and for others of you, it's just like somebody's observing and watching you because they love you here with the heart. And they want to offer you something stable. I said, I'm gonna clarify these cards. And then the cards started talking to me like, why do you need clarification? Anyway, I want to get clarification on the Magician here. Interesting thing on this card, and you guys probably won't be able to see it, on his little hood thing, he's got the sun up there. I feel like some information comes forward and it like illuminates a whole situation, and you end up with like epiphanies after epiphanies, and you're like, oh, shit's starting to make sense now. So, and he's also got the sun behind his head on this card. So I kind of feel like you guys, many of you, if you're not dealing with a job, if you're not hurt and trying to hide that, or even if you're just hurt and you're legitimately hurt and people are observing you, what it looks like here is some information regarding something you've been building for a while comes to you, and you finally get like the illumination you need to go on to the next step or to start something solid, whether it be a business or, something you've been building just on the side, like a YouTube channel or a social media following or whatever. It's just like you get the information you need to take that next step and actually bring the first fruits or harvest the first fruits for some of you and bring the first fruits like forward to reinvest for others of you. Hope that made some sense. But I already did this. 9 of staffs, 2 of swords, 9 of swords. Now, you might actually have the fuck. This is starting to move into a different direction. Because I've got all of these actually are kind of troubling cards here. 9 of staffs, the 2 of swords, 9 of swords, the 5 of wands, and the 8 of swords. Sorry, 8 of swords. So the magician here takes on a little bit of a troubling light. The magician can either be somebody who can manifest just exactly what they want, which is fine. But then, the magician can also take on a manipulative thing, where the magician is, like, using smoke and mirrors to lie, cheat, steal, and do things like that. So if you block somebody on social media, this is my, like, blocked on social media card, this blockage here isn't stopping them from watching you. So, like I said before, going back to the earlier thing where he's got these eyes, where just like this really intense stare. Hope you can see that. These like really intense blue eyes, like staring at you. And then here is the blockage card. So if you block somebody, and you're like, okay, it's done and over with, this person is finding ways around the block. Even if you blocked like 2 of this person's profiles, this person is still finding ways around the block. So here you are. You're like, okay, I'm just not gonna pay attention to you anymore. I'm done with you. And here goes this little dog sitting here watching her. It's like, just because she can't see the dog, she's like, oh, the dog is gone. You know, I'm fine. All is well. No. Unfortunately here, if you block somebody, they're determined to just watch you. And that's I'm getting a little bit of a creepy vibe here because, that's what stalkers do. Okay? They get around your blocks. So, here you are, you block the person, you get your swords up, but here goes, you know, a dog watching you, or somebody watching you. Here, I always see him as a creeper in the bushes, like watching someone's house, or, you know, getting ready to strike with his thing there. And in the background on this card, there's a little monkey staring at this person and his woes. If you have windows that don't have blinds on them, or the blinds aren't fully closed, you might want to close them. Because you might have somebody like in your cul-de-sac just staring through your windows. So the magician is becoming more of a creeper with the clarification here for like a different storyline. Where somebody is in love with you. And it doesn't have to be so sinister. You know. It doesn't have to be so very sinister and hard to deal with. But here it looks like if you block somebody, they're watching you. Because they love you. Or they think they love you. They have got that, like, stalker love. And they are watching you and they're determined to watch you. And it's like they watch you because they're worried about you. Like, they worry about everything you're doing. They're like, they got this little bit of obsession going on here, so they have to, like, satisfy that obsession. They're watching all the conflicts, all the things that are going across your profile, and some of them are feeling stuck. Now this is like a 5th storyline altogether, with an offshoot of the first one, where the magician could actually be a magician who is manipulating energy. Now, if you block this person and you know this person's into like the occult and stuff like that, this person could be casting spells on you to kind of bind you so you can't get away from them. And they could be sending some kind of nightmares towards you or negative energy. conflicts and things like that because they don't want you to get away. And if you hear something in the background, that is my child just being a child. So, you guys seem to have a lot to kind of deal with here in the month of the last 2 weeks of October. So yeah. I think I'll go more in depth in the extended, more about money, love, and things of that nature. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead and kind of shut this down. This was like the general what's going on with for you guys. But I can go more in depth in the extended, and you'll see that in the description box down there. So I hope that you guys protect yourselves and keep up with yourselves and go on from there. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, and donate. And if you need a personal reading, my information is down there in the description box below. See you next time. Ta-ta! Alright, deck number 2. The Healer. What is coming toward you guys the last 2 weeks of October 2019? What is coming toward the seeker the last 2 weeks of October 2019? Please remember that these are not personal readings and will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. No big deal. It just means that the message is for somebody else today. If you need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you can contact me through email, and I can get right on that for you. The question here is what is coming towards you in the last 2 weeks of October 2019? This is just going to be like the general overall, and then I think I'm going to go into the extended and kind of do specifically money and love. But what I'm going to do here is give you the general energy of what's coming towards you the last 2 weeks of October 2019. I got a jumper that came out that I'm going to take because I was told to take it. 9. Oh, the hell? I'm being told to take 3 more cards. It looks very kind of difficult here. Maybe not very difficult, but it looks challenging. What you got is the 9 of Swords, Suffering in Silence, the 8 of Swords, Trapped in Fear, the Star card, Hope, Mental Conflict, which is the 2 of Swords, the 13, Transformation, which is Death card, and the 6 of Cups, which is Memories of Love. So what it looks like, oh, you've got the Choose Wisely as well, which is 7 of Cups, and the Ace of Cups, which is Here Love Begins. So what it looks like is this ace is taking on a different message than what the card is saying to me, intuitively. It looks like an outpouring of emotion. Like lots of tears, lots of, like I hear somebody crying here. Like somebody is crying a lot, and there's a lot of an outpouring of emotion. For some of you, you are releasing issues from the past. You're transforming and kind of becoming more stable. It's like you're releasing old negative things from the past here. These are the things that you'd be releasing that I'm seeing. You're releasing fear. Releasing that trapped feeling, like the frustration and things that just kind of pile up on top of you. Releasing blockages and indecisiveness. And kind of just going toward hope instead of falling prey to suffering and silence and being trapped in fear and being in a mental conflict. It's like you change all that. It's like you get to the point, a turning point in October. You get to a turning point in October where you get just done and tired of being in this state of like depression. And you decide to do something about it. Which is really cool. Because it looks like you choose wisely. It says choose wisely, but what I'm seeing here is like you decide to take the right path for you. And it gets you out of this suffering in silence, trapped in fear, mental conflict kind of situation. Like, I just keep hearing depression. Like, some of you are depressed. Maybe you've been institutionalized. Maybe you've had situations where you thought you were just going to lose your freaking mind. And if you're going through that, I understand. We all have hard times, okay? We all have moments where we just feel like not going on. And what I'm getting here is that even though it seems really bad, or it seemed really bad, with these two cards here, because they were all like this, you decide to do something about it. You decide to choose wisely. And if you guys are having a hard time, I do encourage you to find a professional in your particular area of difficulty and get some help, okay? So, like, if you're suicidal, go to a professional. If you need medical attention, go see a doctor, go to a hospital, or find a therapist. Whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, choose, make the right choice for you, okay? Take care of yourself. Make sure you can live a nice, long, happy life. And what it looks like for you guys is that you're doing that. You're finding that little glimmer of hope and walking right into the light here. And you're like, just finding happiness. Being able to just reach out. And maybe somebody reaches out to you. These two hands on this bowl. Maybe somebody reaches out to you and you reach back. And you connect with someone who gives you hope. And healing. The star card is also about healing. On the original one, I believe this is the star card. On the original one, the Waite Tarot deck version, the lady is in a pond of water. She's got 1 foot on the water, 1 foot on the land. And she's bathing. She's taking a spiritual bath. And the card always strikes me to give the advice that, taking spiritual baths can help you. So, if you feel led to take a spiritual bath, you can take just salt baths, or you can add lavender tea to it. You can look up what herbs are healing and bathe in those. I always recommend that you make sure that you're not allergic to anything before you start bathing in this stuff, so you don't end up, breaking it out into hives or anything. Just do your due diligence and do your own research just to make sure that you get what you need. But actually, even though it looks difficult the last 2 weeks of October 2019, it looks also like a turning point. Like you're reaching the end, or you're going around the bend, and you're finally coming toward something more positive than what you had before. I had to take a drink, sorry. So even though things look kind of hard, you guys are coming towards something that's more positive, and that's good. Now, for those of you who aren't dealing with, like, depression, those of you who are maybe feeling like you're going through a nightmare, or feeling like you're just going through stuff, there is still hope. Like, the general message for this is that things are changing for the better, and there's hope for you. So maybe the first 2 weeks of October sucked. Or maybe the first, 9 months of this year sucked. And it's like you're getting toward the end of the year and it's looking better. But like I was saying, for those of you who aren't like dealing with depression or anything like this, there's choice or several choices coming towards you. And you're being encouraged to choose wisely. This is a card of indecision. And not choosing is still a choice. So if you don't make a choice, there will be a choice that's made for you. And that choice could kick you over into the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords here, which makes you feel like you're trapped, which makes you feel like there's difficulties and things going on. Because what I'm seeing here is that regardless of what is going on and whatever choice it is that you're deciding not to take, change is coming. Regardless, it's coming. And it's going to be one of those changes that kind of changes everything. And it's not all bad. But it might remind you of a time period where somebody else is making the choices for you and they weren't always the best choice. So you're being encouraged here to make the best choice for yourself. Even if there's like an outpouring of emotion like crying, screaming, I'm getting the message that some of you are being dragged, kicking and screaming. And I'm also hearing you can do it the hard way or you can do it the easy way. I encourage you to do it whatever way is best for you. Sometimes the hard way is better. I don't know. I don't know your own personal story, so I can't say, one way or the other. But for you guys, you're being encouraged to choose wisely, because even if this choice isn't one that you want to make, and even if it is difficult, there's still a glimmer of hope that it's going to work out for you. More than just a glimmer. You've got like this big old shining ball that says it'll work out for you. You just have to make the right choice for you. Eventually, things will work out and smooth out and, be fine. But that is basically what I'm getting for you guys. Mercury retrograde is coming up soon, so that might have something to do with why this looks kind of difficult. But, yeah. There goes that information. If you want to, you can pop over to the extended to get specific messages about love and specific messages about money. But if not, thank you for coming onto this video and watching it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, donate, comment, all those good things. If you need a personal reading, my information is down there in the description box below. I will see you guys later. Ta-ta for now. So, deck number 3. I really hope that there's a 100% positive message in here, but if there isn't, I'm not going to lie to you, you're going to get the full unfiltered version of what I see in the cards. The first 2 were a little bit challenging, so I hope this is going to be good, but we're going to see. You guys are better business oil. The question is, what is coming towards you the last 2 weeks of October 2019? What is coming toward the secret the last 2 weeks of October 2019? Please remember that these are not personal readings and will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. No big deal. It just means that the reading is for somebody else today. If you need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you can contact me through my email, which is down there, and I can get right on that for you, and we can get your reading out in about 3 days. Should I take more? I was like, I hope it's positive, and it looks mostly positive, even though there's a little bit of some conflict going on here with the 9 of fire and the 5 of fire. There's the ace, though. So the underlying energy is new opportunities coming towards you. It reads Ace of Fire. An exciting new opportunity. Career advancement. Change your life now. The Five of Fire. Well, we'll start up here. We got the Dreamer, which is the Fool card. Archangel Metatron. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. Unexpected opportunities. Those two things go together really well. Because you might, because it's like new opportunity, unexpected opportunities. Being able to start over. Or just starting on a new journey. Not a fire. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Some of y'all are going to be out here like, I don't know if I want to go down this road because it looks difficult. I don't know if I can learn this. I can't teach no dog new tricks. It's like, but you got to be courageous here. If you want this opportunity to turn into Ten of Earth, you have to be courageous here and kind of reach out and grab it before it bypasses you. Because there's a song, I forget who sings it, but she's like, snatch and grab it. Because opportunity knocks but once. And she's like, snatch and grab it. Snatch and grab it. You better snatch and grab it before it gets away. So for you guys, if you want to build the Ten of Earth, which is Ten of Pentacles, you gotta be courageous with the Strength card. Snatch and grab it. And then, because it looks like there's competition here. But let me read these cards first. I'm getting a lot of messages almost immediately, but I want to read these cards to you guys so you can kind of see for yourself. Here's the Sun card. Archangel Uriel. Happy outcome. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. Strength card. Archangel Ariel. Great strength. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Forgiveness and compassion. It also speaks to me of bravery because of this lady here with the shield and the sword, and she's like sitting on a freaking tiger. So in my mind, it's very much you gotta be courageous because lion tamers have balls of steel. Okay? You gotta have balls of steel here. These lions are scary and they're wild creatures. Anyway, Ten of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. Five of Fire. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others, and the Ace I already read to you. So what I'm getting here is that there's new opportunities coming towards you the last 2 weeks of October. There's an opportunity to step out. Potentially, for some of you, you might be presented with the opportunity to start a business or to get into a partnership with somebody else. Somebody might offer you an opportunity to invest in their business. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to. And what it looks like is if you are offered the opportunity to invest in somebody else's business, they have other potential investors. And it's like, if you get on the ground floor, this thing could be a good thing for you. You get your money back 10 times over. But the thing about, I'm not giving you advice. This is a general reading. I'm not giving you like personalized financial advice. You need to do that on your own and do your own research. What I'm saying from these cards is, if it's a business opportunity to invest or to invest in a business, you're going to have to be a little bit courageous here and have I want to say have courage, even though I said courageous already. But anyway, it's got to be courageous and brave. Make sure that you're the investor that gets it if that's what you want. Because it looks like a positive investment that can build you a legacy. Now, if you're going into business on your own, you might be the person who's going out trying to find investors in your idea, in your business. And it looks like somebody might offer you something, but there's competition for the money that you're trying to get out there and get. So if you are courageous and don't give up, you can have a very positive outcome. You just can't give up. happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. You might end up getting one of those epiphanies or ideas that smacks you upside the head like, I'm the best idea you've ever had. And if you don't develop me, somebody else will. There are other people out here that I can give this idea to. Because spirit works like that sometimes. And you'll have people in the UK and people in the United States, for example, who have like the same idea at the same time, but they don't know that somebody else had that idea. But spirit's like, I dropped this into your own personal spirit. So I want you to develop it, right? Let's say one person does it and the other one doesn't. The one that did gets all the money and all of the fame and stuff. And the other one's like, oh, I had the idea. I just didn't do anything about it at the time. This is kind of like the energy that I'm getting from this. It's like spirit might drop a good-ass idea into your lap. And you're like, you have the opportunity to either make it work, be courageous and take that first step out there and make it work so you can start working on your legacy here. Or you have the opportunity to let the competition develop it before you do. Therefore, you end up with, regrets as you get older. What else am I seeing here? You've got 3 major arcana cards out of 7 cards. That's fairly significant, especially since the sun is here. The sun, to me, speaks of illumination, happiness, positivity. Generally, it's a yes. So if you're asking a yes or no question, or if you asked one before you chose this and you're like, oh, I want to see if that comes out yes or no, it's a yes for you guys. It looks like you're steadily working your way to the end because we've got 0, 11, 19. And if I do it this way, we've got 0, 0, ace, 5, 9, 10, 11, and 19. So it's like you're working your way to the end of a cycle. And if you're getting discouraged and you're like, oh, other people are doing it better than me. Oh, I don't know if I can be the one to make this work. You're being encouraged here. And it's saying the advice for you is not to give up. Because at the end, there's a reward. And it's a pretty nice, stable reward. Even if it's just retirement, where you can just sit back and chill. Or financial security, as the card says. Even if it's just trying to break through relationship things so that you can continue to be married. We do have a cycle here. It's like ace to 10. But they're not the same suit, but still ace is the beginning and 10 is the end of a cycle. Am I getting anything else? I think I'm going to go ahead and just take this over to the extended. I hope that you got a good word, a good message out of this. The thing that I'm getting the most here is that just don't give up. Don't give up on your good ideas. Okay? So what we're going to look at in the extended is maybe what the idea is. If there is a new idea coming in. What it involves. And we're going to look specifically at love and money. So you got your general message. If you want to, you can pop over to the extended. If not, you don't have to. No big deal. It's just a little extra thing that I'm doing. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good day, a good night, good afternoon. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, and donate. And if you need a personal reading, my information is down there. I will see you. Ta-ta for now.